And we can just dance the night away until we get no more. Shake all the hurt away so you can feel and forget who you used to be. For just tonight, could you just dance the night away?
Alright, now we're recording the game. What is she waiting for? Such a fast time. Sorry. I went to get you a drink. Okay, we are going... Okay, we're going over here. Alright. Is this the right exit? Yeah, it says this right exit. Okay, make sure I got the game changed. Yeah. Alright. Sorry, I went to get myself soda so I could have something else to drink other than juice. Okay, so we have to head... Oh, wait. Do we have to head this way? Are you serious? Don't you know how hot it is in the desert type places? It is very hot. This is true. Okay. So this is have to go around this way? Is there just not any stuff? I thought the other pathway would be shorter. Maybe it loops back around. That's why it's not the short path. Huh. Weird. Okay. You were just enjoying drinks while letting her roast out there. Yeah, my I am sorry. My poor girl, my poor ranger. She needed a little tan, okay? We're just gonna give it that way. I know. Look, a little bit of tan. We're gonna give her a little trauma. Maybe she's a little skin cancer here and there. It's fine. No. But yeah, I feel bad. I'm sorry. I went to go get myself a soda, and then I was getting something to eat, and then I looked around. I was like, no, I'm not hungry. Like, ever do that when you go to the fridge, and you're just like, oh yeah, I'm hungry. Nope. It's not that anything's in the fridge is bad or that it's not appealing. It's just that you're really so excited. No, I just want to drink. Vitamin D, yes. Well, I got done drinking some vitamin juice, and then, or Sunny D, basically, and it hit the spot, but I wasn't really, I didn't want anything else to eat. It's actually when you get bored. That's what I thought, but sometimes I was actually really intrigued in the other game. I spent a lot of time just focusing on it. But it could, I always worry. I have to actually check. So sometimes I have to get up in between games just to make sure I'm not hungry. Otherwise, I'll be playing here the entire shift that I have, which is from, noon to 8 or 6 or 7 now. It's 7 now. And I won't eat. And then I end up having problems with that. It's not a good thing. It's a personal problem. I'll forget to eat if I get too hyper-focused on something. And so I end up going in there just to check. And I was hungry when I got up, and then I walked in there. I'm like, no, all this sounds like it would make me feel gross. I don't know why. It won't. I'm sure if I eat it, it wouldn't hurt. But I have those moments. I'm just gonna chalk it up to a mood today. I have stuff. I ate breakfast. I ate a big burrito today, so I'm not starving. I'll be fine. Yeah, it's called searching for a fun way of having fun. You think so? Well, I'll take your word for it. My dad always used to call the refrigerator thing going in there and having wishful thoughts. Because he'd open the fridge and be like, nope, I don't want that. Because he'd want something specific. He'd want something sweet, or he'd want something like cheeseburgers or something. And obviously we wouldn't have it in the fridge. But he'd go in there and he'd pretend for a slight second that we have it. And then he'd be like, all right, bye. It seems to be like that, yeah. It's like a genie that doesn't grant you wishes. It'd be okay, though. I'll probably be hungry later. I think that, I overthought it. So, on the topic of the game, before I forget, our goal is to do this mission. We're just kind of doing random missions in the open map, and not the the expansions because I wasn't doing too good with the expansions, but that's because I don't have the skills and a build and all that. And it's the same thing with Guild Wars 2. Don't stop it. That's not funny. Stop. I'm in the middle of something. Stop using the bubble gun on me. Ugh. I'm trying to work and I had a train of thought and I don't need you ruining my train of thought. Stop. I will get your mother. Stop it. As I was saying. Oh god, we're about to be ambushed. Like but how many hands? I think God. I think there are 5. On my avatar, there's 4. On my real person, sadly, I have 2. I want more. Because I would love to have like 4 hands in real life because then I could be playing on the keyboard and then doing a crossword at the same time. I still would get, you know, the funny thing is I say that and then I would get super distracted and then I'd be like looking at my video game like, why can't I do crossword on this? Oh wait, there's no crossword here. That's not how this game works. Stop! I am serious. Ugh. I lost my train of thought completely. Because I don't know what I was trying to say, but it was related to the game. Oh, yeah. I was having troubles with other places. When I played Guild Wars 2, if you enter into certain areas, like level 80 areas, it does make things more complicated. And I ain't gotta thank you for shit.
I'm the reason why she's playing Guild Wars 1. I'm the reason for it all.
I don't hear shit. My headphones are up too loud. You shut up. But my character doesn't have a build. And when I played in Guild Wars 2, you also kind of when you do level 80 areas, you kind of have to know what you're going with. And you kind of have to have a build that is comfortable. And I think currently in this particular game, I haven't reached that point of... I think that I should have went with my gut and went over here. I think that I haven't reached my level. I haven't reached that level of competence, if that makes sense. You can play as your opponent too. Bro, just shut. Got shut up. Yes. By the way, that guy that's making all that noise, that's my husband. He's being all trouble. Are you a man or a toddler? Did I stop playing with the bubble guns? Oh, by the way, the reason we have bubble guns is because we used them at our wedding. Instead of throwing rice, we did bubbles. And now the man can't keep his hands off the guns because he likes to mess with it. You need to go have a bad day so you'll leave me be. I wish bad karma on you. I hope a Karen calls right now and rants in your ear until you cry.
Ungrateful.
Ungrateful? No, ungrateful is interrupting me while I work. I don't interrupt you while you work, now do I?
I bring excitement to your job.
Excitement? I don't need excitement. I'm having fun already.
I bring excitement to this woman. And she's being ungrateful.
Yes, he's playing. He's not playing with just one, by the way. He is playing with 2 of them. He's got one in each arm, okay? One in each hand. And he's pointing them into the sky like he needs to shoot the sun down. Like I said, my job is fun enough. I don't need the extra nonsense in the background. And I don't need to feel wet, cold soap on my back. I'm wearing a shirt, like the sleeveless shirt. No, I don't care if you're acting like that guy in the video. Bro's living his best life. He's living his best life for now. Because no one's yelling at him. Bro is like, I'm happy, baby. Yeah, exactly. But I'm not happy because whenever he's happy, he makes me miserable. You know how most people say, karma got me? I married my karma. My karmatic justice is sadly him. Sadly, I chose him to. It's my fault. What's the problem with this lady? Oh, goodness. We're both equally as problematic. Or troublesome. I'm going to ignore you now. She never lets me play. Here's the worst part, right? My family thinks he is the most calmest, normal guy ever, right? Because in public, he behaves himself. Behind closed doors, the man's a menace. He rubs his beard on my chin and my face because he knows that it irritates my skin.
Love me.
Love you. I want to take it back. It's gonna annulment. Yes, he's. Stop it! Stop! I hate the feel your beard. I let you keep that thing, so I don't, because I'm not a jerk. At least he's better than most people out there. This is true. He's housebroken at least. He didn't like that comment. No, on a serious note, I tease him about the beard thing, but I really don't care that he's got one. I'm not particularly fond of it because he weaponizes it, but it's also his face, because if I start to dictate what he can wear beard-wise, he starts to get dictating what I have to take care of with my hair and my face, and I'm not about to say that. I'm not gonna let him cover my due. That's my business. Equal rights in this house. I think he will take this gun in the washroom. He would, if it would work. It has batteries, so he can't like bring it in there with him or ruin it. He still bothers his birds with it though. So, oh, by the way, this is also a fun story involving bubbles. When we got married, which wasn't too long ago, the man had the bubble gum. We bought a bubble machine too, so that we could take pictures and have it going, and so that guests could take pictures in front of it and whatnot. And he got this bubble machine, right? Cool, right? It's a really good machine. Oh, can it shoot a can? It can shoot like a whole. Let's see here. What did you say? I think it will take him and then there will be the Apex Legends probably. Here's the thing. He actually likes Apex Legends. I am not very good at it. I like watching people play it. I'm not very good at it. But he does like playing that game. Don't give him ideas. But you're gonna get a bubble now, Lily. Yes, exactly. Here's the thing. At the wedding, he was setting it up, putting the batteries in, and he was he'd filled it, right? I didn't know he filled it, right? He handed it to my brother-in-law, or our brother-in-law, right? And I thought nothing of it. He told our brother-in-law to turn it on. And so he did. And for a full minute, this thing just is going, right? It's making noise, it's spinning, no bubbles are coming out. I didn't know he filled it. The way we found out he had filled it at all was because after a full minute of it running, my brother-in-law turned the bubble gun's face at his face and got a mouthful of bubbles. Like, it went for a full minute. I was so surprised. I started laughing. I thought I was going to break a rib. And of all the people that happened to at the wedding, it had to be my brother-in-law, the one who would have taken it as the best joke ever. He laughed and giggled, and he had a good time. And he loved that bubble machine so much in that short period of time that after we were done getting married and stuff, he called dibs on it because my fiance and I was like, you want to take it back with us? He goes, no, your brother-in-law can have it. He loved it way more than I did. And there are pictures of me with him and the bubble machine, my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law stood in front of me with the bubble machine in between his legs like he was the star celebrity of this whole thing. And I can't deny that isn't my favorite photo of the whole thing. I was completely covered. You could see everyone else at the wedding party but me. And my favorite thing was, that was my best side. You know, the side where you couldn't see nothing. So if you want to make a bunch of adults at a wedding really have fun, bring bubbles. Forget rice, bring bubbles, okay? Because I've never seen a room full of adults become children so quickly, and we only had like 4 guns, all right? It was a good idea. That's my fiance's thing. I control my life. He brought it up because I didn't want to do rice because it's such a thing. I mean, laugh. That's fair. But like it was funny. We had like 4 guns and a bunch of little bubble wands, and my dad ended up taking one of the bubble wands. I told him as a joke. I said, "Hey, Dad, since you to get your fatherly or father-in-law anger out. We're gonna arm you with a bubble gun. And so he got to take one home. He got to pick which one he wanted first. And my dad took that home with him. So he's got it. It's the color of his favorite football team, too. So his bro's still bubbling there. Yeah, he still has the bubble machine. Also, the other thing that my brother-in-law took that I thought was hilarious, but I'm not mad about it at all, because when we were done getting married, we told everybody whatever decorations in this box, we took all the things we wanted out, they could have it. Take it. We have a bunch of fake flowers. We gave those away. I still have a big box full of stuff that I kept from the wedding that was leftovers and stuff that I wanted. But that bubble machine was given away. But what ended up happening is that my brother-in-law took all of our candles. We had these little fake candles. We didn't bring real candles because we didn't want the venue to burn down because we had kids there. There was a few relatives that had children. We didn't want to risk anything, and it was just more convenient to buy batteries and stick them in there. Plus, they're longer lasting. Anywho, so we bought a bunch of these little fake flickery candles, LED lights. And after the wedding, and we bought a bunch of them, like a whole thing of them, like almost 500, almost 200 of them. My brother-in-law took as many as he can shove in a box and in his pockets because he wanted them. And I'm like, okay, whatever. His wife's like, we don't need that many, which is my sister. He's like, we don't need that. And I was like, he could have them. And my sister goes, well, if you're not mad about it, okay. So he took them all. And I just kind of laughed about it because it's like, they're going to a good use. He took a lot of them. Also, the funny thing about the fire thing, okay, we intentionally didn't bring, like I said, fire to the venue because we didn't want no accidents to happen. But also we had some of the kids that were there were not, we had some autistic relatives as well. We just didn't want them to have to stress over it. But when I was putting the candles down, at one point, my grandma was sitting there and she didn't realize the candles weren't real. So I throw like a counter over it, and she whips around on me, and she whips it was like one of the tablecloths. I put a tablecloth over one of those fake candles by accident because I was trying to make it rearrange it. My grandma flips it off the candle and goes, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Grandma, it's not real. They're not real candles." And I showed her that it wasn't real by touching the flame, and my grandma holds her heart and goes. And then she turns to my brother-in-law who's sitting in front of her. Here's the thing, this is funny. She turns to my brother-in-law who's sitting in front of me and she goes, why didn't you tell me it wasn't real? And my brother-in-law shrugs and goes, I didn't know you didn't know. My grandma wasn't upset. She just kind of laughed about it. And I started laughing. I'm like, I would have told you, Grandma, if you'd mentioned it. Because what ended up happening is I turned around to this table to put these decorations on. And my brother-in-law had been watching my grandma's movements and hadn't put two and two together because my grandma's carefully moving these candles around on the table so that nothing could catch fire. She just didn't. So she looked at him and he's like, what was this? I didn't know you didn't know. So I told... They did work. They flickered. They look so real inside cups and stuff. But the one that she had mistaken as a candle was actually one that was just out and about. So I was just impressed. I was just like, well, it just proves that the candles were beautiful. And I stole some of those candles. I shouldn't say stole. I brought them with me. I brought them home. I planned to bring more. You did beautiful research, babe. Okay, is that better? You feel happy? Mm-hmm. Now shut up. I'm still telling stories. So my poor grandma, she looks at me, she's embarrassed. And I said, Grandma, it's okay. At least you, were thoughtful enough to be worried. Urgent warning. When was your wedding back then? How many years? It has been this year. We got married this last month. We got married in July 18th. So it's been about less than a month. Yeah. It's basically fresh out of this. We've been engaged for 3 years and we've known each other for a decade. So we've known each other about 13, 14 years. So it was a long time coming. Thank you. Thank you for the congratulations. We were delayed due to COVID because we were going to get married soon before COVID happened. And then COVID happened and we couldn't travel. It literally shut down about a month before he planned to come see me for the first time. Love marriage. Thanks. So, yeah. So technically, even though we got married this year, I really feel like we've technically been more married in my heart for a longer time because it was pretty much just a matter of when, not if, you know? And our wedding was pretty low-key, I think. It didn't make a difference, yeah. Well, and the only difference it made was that it, for me at least, by the point, like, because I kept having people ask me, how do you feel different? I just felt relieved that it was over. I was done with the planning. It was done with all that. It turned out to be way nicer and more fun. It was a very small wedding, maybe like 20 people, but that's okay. It was nice. It was a lot of fun, a lot of goofiness. I was afraid to be a boring wedding. That's what my biggest concern. And it just felt like, okay, fine. Well, I'm finally complete, if that makes sense. It didn't make any difference. Yeah, I meant the same, yeah. Yeah. But it just felt, that was the only thing I could think of that made difference. I think that if we got married at that, it might have been a bit more at once. But, you know, we've, like I said, known each other forever. And technically, this is another fun thing. Technically, we met when we were in high school. I thought that high school sweethearts could only be high school sweethearts if they if they were like in the same high school together. You know, like how in movies they always are in the same high school together. But it turns out by definition, you are high school sweethearts if you met during high school, whether you were going to the same school or not. So technically. Have you been streaming for a long time? I think 4 to 5 years, something like that. A bubble guy married a gamer girl. Actually, he's a gamer too. You're right. Yeah, something like that. I'm pretty sure it's like 4 or 5 years. I only started recently, this January, taking streaming seriously, because I moved across country to live with him. So I live with his family. Oh, I'm poisoned now. Yes, I can finally use it. I moved across country to live with my fiance and his family. I went from living in Missouri to New York. So I'm 2,000 miles away from my family and friends back home. I am not a country bumpkin. You have to live in the country to be a bumpkin. I'm village bumpkin, okay? How dare you? He doesn't understand the hillbilly redneck culture. Ugh, city slicker. Whatever me you want, but I am right. But so we went back to my home state. It was really funny. We went back to my home state to get married because we're gonna have what they call sequence weddings. They're normally used for different culture weddings. They're not used normally for distance, but both of our families have elderly and sickly people who can't travel. They can't do it. Their health will not allow them to do it. It's not safe. My dad can't travel. His grandma can't travel. Stuff like that. So it's just easier to ship us out because we don't mind. We don't have an issue. We're good in health, you know. So we I don't know why you're not with us. Did you die? It's whatever. So we basically we had a wedding in Missouri, and we plan to have another wedding ceremony in New York at some point next year, so his family can gather and celebrate us and celebrate with us. We didn't want to leave anyone out, but we also didn't want to wait any longer and just have to do it, you know. And the best part is that most of the paperwork is done, so we don't have to worry about anything crazy, you know, this time around. Anywho, so it'll be fun. I think it'll be great. So technically, I told my family, like, so you're basically getting 2 weddings and 2 receptions. I'm like, technically, or more like 2 receptions and a wedding, either way. So yeah, we went out there, had our honeymoon, came back. I delayed my streams. I obviously had my streams off at the time, and then I had my videos on YouTube that were delayed by a week. But I got everything back in order now, so it's all good. And as far as the arguments that we just had, that happens all the time.
May the gods protect you.
Oh yeah? Just give you had a paragraph to say. Good lord. Okay, so did I got the mission? I did. Okay. Let's see. Can I now activate this? But yeah. So The YouTube channel that we have, which is basically the Twitch, the stream. There are certain videos I record that I post on the YouTube videos. They are part of. I just record them while I'm streaming them, so I don't have to do double work. But that one, the YouTube channel, is only a few months old, but it's got a lot of content from the stream and stuff. About 14 hours of it goes to that. Yeah. Well, if you are trying to take stream seriously, why not update your avatar? I have updated my avatar. This, oh, you mean like the update on my main profile? Yeah, I thought about it. I won't lie, I'm a little attached to it. 14 hours is a lot. Well, yes, but I stream most of the, almost actually all those videos I do record while I'm streaming, so I only have to, do my normal shift, and it's not that bad. Because I start streaming at noon on my own in New York's time, and then I stop streaming at about 7. I'm a late today, so we'll be running later than normal. You can live send the same avatar to 2D. Yes, or 3. I know what you're talking about. Yes, and I plan to do that with my avatar at some point. I do actually plan to make her one of those 2D models that move, and I do plan to make a 3D model because I want the 3D model for me, not so much for the stream, because it depends on how the lag is. But yes, I've been trying to use Blender to do the avatar thing, and it's taking me a little longer than I would like, but I'm not gonna complain. I'll get it eventually. I plan to do it this weekend, some more on it. Like, it's gonna take me a little while, because it took me a while to get the character avatars done. Is it you? I need to know. No, okay, never mind. Dumb. But yeah, I do plan to make her a 3D model. I just haven't done it yet. Like, I haven't got it working. But yes. Okay, so we have to locate the blade and use the vine bridges to traverse. Okay. Alright, this is this area. Okay, cool. So yeah. Currently this one that the 2D VTuber model I have right now is actually the 3rd rendition of my first one. The one that I have on my main account stream or Twitch is my picture. That's actually my first version of it, which I should update, but I'm still, like I said, holding on to it a little bit. And this is the 3rd one. My second one was not my favorite. I actually despise it. Compared to my first and my 3rd, they look way better. Okay, so I'm going the right way, I think. Yes. So yeah, eventually I plan to do her in 3D. I even have her, I have a full body drawn. It's just a matter of trying to get it sculpted and everything. I'm scared to do her arms because her arms are going to be so difficult, especially if I want them to move on their own. Why don't you commission for the model for someone? I thought about it, but my biggest concern is 2 things. One, I'm worried about theft because people do not take people's artwork seriously. And I drew the first rendition of them, so I'm afraid that someone will butcher it or try to steal it. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of scared. I have to find someone I trust. And I haven't really found anyone that I really trust outright that I haven't looked hard, to be fair. And then secondly, the other reason is if I commission someone to do it for me and it breaks or programs need updating or something goes fickle with it, which can happen, then I'm going to need someone who can fix it. And if I'm going to do that, I might as well do it myself. I might as well learn to Photoshop it, or not Photoshop, edit it in Blender and make it out myself, because then I can fix it on my own terms. You know what I mean? And then I don't have to worry about trying to find someone, because like some people retire from doing model work, or they don't do fixes, or they can't fix these things because they just do the model rigging, that kind of thing. So I just, like I said, it just makes it to where I can fix it on my own, and if I can do it on my own, I'll do it on my own. Yeah, it's a big deal to create, but I know a trusted artist. He can do 3D models on Blender. There is also another thing I end up having to do that I probably won't be as worried about. I plan to make some other VTuber models that are little robots. I thought about doing them for like a what do they call them? Alerts. Oh, looking at that, he's our.
And we can just dance the night away.